Hello and welcome, everyone. It is our yearly jumpstart where we're teaching you how to turn your skills into profit in 2024. We're going to go through our brand new resource guide, what we're doing with the new course, and what we're going to be premiering on all the new channels that we have. So let me know in the comment section if you're watching on DIY Media Makers or if you're watching on the Doc Williams Show or Twitter or on Twitch. Let me know. Now, as we go through this today, you're going to actually be able to access all this. There's going to be a link in the description down below or in the comment section whenever you're watching this to get the full guide. We're going to be breaking down all the things that you need to turn your skills into profit. If you're trying to create a community, if you're trying to create a new application, a mobile app, a micro SaaS, whatever it is, we're going to be talking about it today. If you have questions, remember in the comment section down below, let me know. And if you're watching it on replay, make sure you do #replay, and we're going to go through all of this. Now, we actually have a member of the community that will be joining us today as well as we go through these topics. And that way you can see in real time how one of our members in our community is using this to get ahead in her business for 2024. So let's go through the overview of what we're going to be talking about and what we have for the guide today. And then we're going to invite Erica onto the main stage. So remember, if you would like a copy of this, I'm going to put this in the comment section down below right now. Go ahead and grab it. It's going to be Skills to Profit for 2024. So let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about the 4 questions you need to ask yourself, how to find clients for my side hustle, where to start. We have a whole resource of the 50 plus high profit side hustles where we break down the templates, all the things that you need to have. We also have my favorite tools that I use, and we start talking about how you can make this a reality right now for 2024. All right. So we're going to invite one of our members up from the Build It community. Erica, how are we doing today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing great. For the good people, let the people know who you are and where they can find you.
So I'm Erica Bates. I am the founder and host of Talk Virtual, founder and host of Virtual Summiteers, and you can find me on LinkedIn.
There we go. I'm going to be dropping her LinkedIn URL real quick, and that way you can connect with her and make sure that you take advantage of all the things that she offers. She's awesome. She's awesome. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to break this down step by step. I'm going to be asking the audience this, and then Erica, I'm going to be asking how you would respond as well. And we'll go step by step. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so the first one is, and remember, if you're thinking about building a business, a side hustle this year, you need to ask yourself these 4 questions when you begin right now. So here are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Number 1, what skills do you have right now? What skills do you have? The reason we bring this up is if we're trying to think about how you can make a side hustle, a profitable side hustle, we need to first figure out what skills do you possess right now versus what do you need to learn. If you say, well, I would love to create an app, but right now you don't have the skills at this exact time, there are some no-code platforms like Softer or Glide that can help you. But for the most part, we've got to think about how can you be profitable very quickly. So write down on a piece of paper or download the guide that we just had. Make sure that you write down your skills, your transferable skills, your past experiences, skills, activities, or just hobbies that you enjoy. Okay, so a couple that I could have down here is I have a drone pilot license for commercial use, so I can maybe do that for real estate. Also, too, I am a massage therapist. I have my license there. I'm also I'm certified crime scene cleaner, right? So you see all these different things, different ones. Write down for yourself what do you have? Maybe you're a great artist, you're a graphic designer, or maybe you're great at programming. Write these things down now. Now, the next thing is, if we look at it, how much free time do you have right now? That's really important because we need to know, okay, are you working full time and you're trying to make an extra $250 a week, or you're trying to make an extra $1K per week? How much free time do you have to do this, right? So you might say, well, I only have 1 hour in the evening after I take care of my parents, after I take care of my kids. How much realistic time do you have? The next thing that you have to write down is how much energy or effort can you give? Now, that's really important because you might say, well, I can give an hour, but I'm daggone tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. Okay, well, that's going to change how much effort you can give to a project and things like that. And we'll talk about different ideas and different things you could be doing. And then the last one is how fast do you need money? This is really important because a lot of people, some people might say, well, I need $500 by the end of the week. Okay, well, trying to create an app by the end of the week is going to be kind of difficult. But if you say, hey, I'm willing to invest my time and energy for the next 6 months before I launch, I can give 4 hours a night to be able to learn how to use Flutterflow or something like that. Write that down, all of those things. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Erica for a second, and we're going to ask you, we're going to put you on the hot seat, Erica. We're going to talk about these things. And if you need help, in the comment section down below, if you're watching a replay or watching live, let us know about yourself. Okay. So Erica, again, thank you for taking the time. Let's talk about yourself. What skills do you have? What do you have in this bubble?
So I am a graphic designer. I know about live streaming. I know about hosting virtual events, summits, webinars, challenges, and automating repurposing or automating replays.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to talk about automating. I love that. I love the graphic design and the streaming. And you've been hosting on for large platforms before, OneStream Live, I believe, and others.
That's right.
So you've been doing this for quite some time. Okay, so we're not going to downplay that. That's great stuff. Okay, so on one side, we have the transferable skills. You're a graphic designer. You have the experience with automation, with streaming. Okay, let's talk about your goals on the other side. What are we looking at? Are you trying to make your first dollar online? Are you trying to make an extra, $250 per week? What are some of the goals you're looking at?
I'm trying to make a consistent amount online.
Okay.
And
Consistent amount. Okay.
Yeah. And I would like for that to add up to 10,000 a month.
I would love that. I would love that too. Okay. So we have 10K, right? 10K is our goal. Okay. So we'll talk about this in a little bit. We have the goal. We're going to talk about this. Okay. That's excellent. We're going to go through this thing right here, but that's excellent. Okay. So how much free time do you have?
I have a good bit.
Okay. What are you thinking about? Maybe 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day? What are you thinking?
Let's go at 5.
Okay, 5 hours.
It's not a continuous 5, but I can 5 in a day.
Okay. How about your energy level or effort? Let's go 1 to 5. Like 5, you can go full tilt. 1, like, hey, listen, my eyes are open, but that's about it. What kind of energy level do you want to give to this thing?
I would like to give full energy, but the shutdown is real. I don't know when it's going to happen or how it happens, but sometimes I wake up at my desk.
We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna put that power level around 3 then. Level 3, okay? I know you're a hard worker. You're doing all of this stuff, so this is really good, but we'll put the power level at 3. Okay, the next portion is how fast do you need the money, right? So our goal is 10K. Scaling up, and we'll ask where we're at right now, and you can give us a roundabout number, but how fast would you like to ramp up to 10K per month?
How about in 3 months' time?
Okay, 3 months' time. Okay, so that's a quarter. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so remember, if you're watching this live, and thank you very much, Erica, for sharing these details with us. If you're watching this and you want to get a copy, remember the link is down below for you to download this right now. But this is going to help you to think about for yourself. Where are you, right? So let's go a little bit deeper right now, right? So we ID'd the revenue goals. You want 10K per month, right? Now, let's talk about the lifestyle, right? So if you have 10K a month, are you thinking about, will that give you more financial freedom? Does that give you more vacations? What's the goal with the 10K per month?
Yeah, more financial freedom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
More
Nothing wrong
vacation.
with that. I love the vacations too. Where's the vacations going to be at?
I like Myrtle, but my son wants to go to more lavish places. He spoke of the Bahamas and Jamaica.
Okay.
It'd be
All right.
nice to take him there.
Okay. So the goal is Bahamas at the end of 2024 when you hit this. Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's talk about this right here. Now we have the ID your goals. Let's talk about the prison, right? Where are you stuck right now? So are you working a 9 to 5? Are you freelancing and you're not hitting your numbers? Talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, freelancing, not hitting the numbers. I meet a lot of people who want to work with me, but they want to dictate their own prices. Probably have trouble saying no.
We're going to talk about this. Okay. So we're making some kind of income, but right now we're just not hitting those goals. Okay. Yeah. So we are freelancing, and this is a big step. By the way, if people are watching and they might say, well, okay, she's freelancing. I'm not even at freelancing yet. Now you have to think about just either, do you have the skill set to even get a portfolio? Do you have to do a few free jobs to show your expertise before you can get paying? Remember, in the comment section down below or on your piece of paper, write down, have you even made your first dollar with the skill you're trying to do, right? And that's hard for the 0 to 1, okay? So we're not minimizing that, okay? So now we have that, and we see people in the chat saying interested. We love that you're interested, and we love that you're here. Let's go a little bit deeper, okay? So we have this. Let's go into your escape. So you talked about your transferable skills. You mentioned you can do automation, you can do graphic design, you can do hosting for communities or for live streaming, okay? Now, for you, do you want to work with your clients directly, or do you want to have more of a community or template? So we have different stages, right? We have DIY, which is do it yourself. That might be selling templates. There's DIY plus, where you can give them a template and kind of do this with them. That's what we do with our community, and that's what we do with our clients. And then we have DFY, do it for you, basically. You're going to be the freelancer, you're the agency. What level do you want to have for your business? What do you envision?
I'd like to have 2 levels. I would like to work with clients and do it for them, and I would like to have a community to show them how to do it.
Okay. So you're looking at the level of DFY and DIY plus. Okay, cool. Okay. So we're looking at community, and then we're looking at service-based or just services. Okay. All right. In the chat down below, let me know, what are you trying to do? What level of engagement do you want? For us right now, we switched from do it for you to now we have DIY, which is the templates that we sell with Flutterflow. And then we also have a community. To be continued, we have a brand new community and new things that we're adding, but that's going to be releasing later in 2024. So, okay. All right. So we talked about focusing on, you're already there. Okay. Here's the notes section. Remember, if you're watching this live or on replay, think about your notes section of what you need to do. Okay. Now, the next logical question is, before we go into the section on validating your side hustle, this is what everyone wants to know right here. Everyone asks this question: how to find clients for my side hustle? If that's you, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's talk about a couple different ways that you could find your side hustle. Okay. So you can find you can find clients for your side hustle is Fiverr. We'll talk about DoorDash in a second and why I say this. Upwork, TopTal, Gumroad. Other options, you can go to Facebook groups, subreddits, or you go to very specific LinkedIn groups. If you want to know all about LinkedIn groups, talk to Erica because she's a pro. I am not. So for the marketplaces, have you tried a marketplace, Erica, to find clients?
Yeah, but I fell off with my follow through.
Tell me more about it.
So what I've done, I asked my phone, where do SaaS founders hang out? They told me, well, my phone, Google, told me Twitter and LinkedIn. So I then asked what groups are SaaS founders in. It told me I joined 10 of those groups, and I didn't do anything else after that.
Okay, this is what we talk about. This is great. Thanks for being honest. This is a big thing because a lot of times people will be like, okay, well, clients aren't lining up for me. You've got to do proactive things as well, right? You've got to join the groups, and not just join them, but you also have to be active in engaging. And you can't just be raising your hand saying, hey, I would like some money, please. I would like a client. You have to give, or you have to give your energy or answer questions about that group or to be engaging. Then people will want to know more about you. Okay. So just like Erica was saying, it's really easy. You can find a lot of groups, but I would say focus on 1 to 2 groups that you can really engage with, and then do probably make a profile on a marketplace. Now, the reason some people might ask, like, why did you put DoorDash right here? Well, by the way, we have a brand new video coming out where I've done 200 deliveries on DoorDash and what I've learned, how to create a Uber or a Grubhub type app, and what you can learn about DoorDash anyway. I'm excited to release that. But the thing is, right here, it says how fast. Oh, real quick. Do you mind it? Oh, you got it, Erica. You already know. If right here you see how fast you need to make money, right? Sometimes if you're like, well, I need $250 at the end of the week, sometimes doing things, if DoorDash is open in your area, or Uber Eats, that's viable. A lot of times people are like, well, I'm going to release my template, but I need $250 at the end of the week. What's more realistic? Okay. And if, depending on where you are in the country or in the world, you might not need a car. If you're in a major city, you could use a bike. You don't need to necessarily use a car. So I'm all about it. And again, the new video is coming out, but I practice what I preach. We hit 200 deliveries, and you're going to be seeing all the adventures and what I learned through DoorDash and what people can do, because it's another option, especially if you're looking for multiple streams of income and how fast you want to make it. Okay, so if you're looking for Facebook groups, remember, you can look for them. Subreddit groups are great if you're trying to find a very niche topic. It can go from like Midjourney, where you can do text to images. You can do, DALL-E 2 groups, whatever you want to do. There's great options. Okay, so we now have where to start, right? So we already look at your skills inventory. How fast do you want to make money? And this is where you need to start. So how fast do you need to make money? If your goals is $300 a week and you need this right now, okay, use something like DoorDash or something where you can go into the gig economy quickly so you can pay off a bill or whatever you need to do. But if you have more time, now it's your energy. Do I want to make a template? Do I need to sell those? What would I like to do? And we'll look at inspiration in a second. Also, how many hours needed? If you only have 3 hours and you're like, well, I'm going to DoorDash for that amount, I just need to turn my brain off right now. Okay, that works. Now, this is a big thing right here. Does the math work? If you're saying you need a certain amount for what you're saying up here, does the math work to what your goals are? Okay, so we're going to invite Erica up in a second, and we're going to be talking about this. Okay, so the goal is within 3 months. Let me break this down. Does this look better? Yeah, 3 months. The goal is 10K, right? Okay, now this is Erica's being real brave with us. So make sure in the chat you're telling her she's doing a great job. But this is something that a lot of people don't like doing, because this is when reality comes in, okay? Because we're going to look at the steps and what we need to do, right? So, okay, we're at 3 goals. 3-month goal is at 10K a month approximately. Okay, Erica, you can go down to the number and cent, but around right now, freelancing, what number are we at right now?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. Right now. Okay. So you see this, and you are not the only one. A lot of people come in here and they'll say, well, I want to make 10K a month. If we look at the ramp up speed, look at how much we will have to do to get to 10K per month. Even if we were trying to make, what is it? A conservative, we would be like, okay, for the first month, we're going to have to try to hit maybe 2,500 a month, maybe 5K the next month, and then 10K the third month, right? So we're scaling up. The other thing to consider, if we're at 0 and we want to hit 10K right now, how much are our services or community, right? Because if we are charging only $75, $100, think about how many clients or how many things we have to sell to make 10,000 versus do we have to get to a point to look at finding a number that is realistic for the type of services or community that you're trying to get to. Right? So let's think about this. Are there any skills or services that you can charge $10,000 a month right now? Now, again, people are like, that's not realistic. We're looking at goals right now, right? So what are we seeing? What do you see right now?
So I do fully believe that hosting events is worth 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I said 3 months time and 10,000 because I have set up my calendar, done this in October for the events I will host each quarter and the prices and all the things. Like my 2024 calendar is already set to make this.
Okay, I love it. So let's talk about this. Hosting an event, 10K. Is it a live event? Is it a virtual event? Tell me more.
Live virtual.
Okay. And what kind of businesses? I have an idea, but I want to hear from you. How are you going to find ones that have the marketing budget or the expense? How do they have that much money? How are you going to filter out what companies have the right money and ones that don't?
Prelude is a site that tells you SaaS companies. I put in my query SaaS, and it tells me when did they get their funding money, and I can search for them via Series A, Series B. I like Series B because they've already had their Series A and they're looking to grow. So that's how I was going to do it.
Okay. In the chat, can you give us the link? People, I already know. And if it's an affiliate link, drop your affiliate link too.
Okay. Let me find
but no worries, no worries. So we can look at a service that has it. Also, too, we might also look at something like, what is it, Crunchbase, something like that. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look. I'm bringing this into the chat. So again, we're not saying that it's unrealistic. We're just saying you have to have a plan. If you're going to be going there, this is what we need to look at. Okay. So as we're going there, this is Crunchbase that you can look at. Say, for instance, we can type in like Notion. Okay. So we can look at Notion, the organization. Take a look at it. Notion, we can say acquisitions, we can say investors, we can see it's a Series C, right? We can see how much it's raised during this time, and then also to other news of what other people are doing. Now, depending on how much information you're looking for, see total funding amount, unlock for free. I would probably have to sign in and everything like that. There's things to consider, right? So this will allow you to see who you should be hitting up for money, essentially, right? The other thing is too, we're not getting paid for this, but I just think it's a great service. If we're looking at Get Cyber Leads, we've talked about them in the past. If you're an agency and you want a curated look of all the people when they raise money, similar to what Erica said, there's this version as well, right? So there's tons of different ones. Ellis, I see your question. Are you doing more live streams regarding Flutterflow for beginners? Yes, I'm doing one later today. After this one, I'm knocking them out. Like I've got like 5 videos releasing in the next like 2 days. So yes, coming up. So we have that. Okay, so look at where you could be getting your different funding. Now let's take a look at this. Prelude as well. And you're using Switchy to track. I love it. So this one is Start Networking for Growing Businesses, Discover Startups, Target Investors, Super Growth with AI. Okay, so this is the $1 million question before we go on, Erica. Okay, you have all this tech, and I know you enjoy AppSumo. How much time and energy have you put in that you have all of this tech to reach out to these people? How much time and energy are you making to reach out to these people?
I haven't. That's where I fall off.
Okay, this is good. And this is, you're not the only one. This is why we're doing this Jumpstart class today. So this is the thing. Tons of people want to have the full playbook to, okay, how am I going to make this money? Sometimes you just need to have 1 or 2 steps in front of you and just execute on that before scaling up. Okay. And that goes for everyone in the chat. That goes for me, because just like Erica was saying, she already has the playbook. She already knows what she's doing the rest of the year. But that first step, this is where her network can rely and where she can get the best clients. You got to make the time before you go through the rest of this program, reach out and start making this a reality. Okay. You have to start doing this. So there's a link down below for Prelude. Take a look. Erica, I'm dropping her, oh, I dropped, wait, I dropped your link for LinkedIn. By the way, Erica's saying, agreed with this. Thank you so much, Eric, for watching. Yeah, this is the thing. You've got to execute and start doing this. If you are at $0 right now, if you're at $0 and you want to be like Erica and you want to hit 10K, which I still think is possible in 3 months, you have to take the time to invest in going where your customers are, right? So if we're right here, how to find the clients for my side hustle, you need to go to your subreddit groups. You need to start reaching out to your target market and having a conversation. That's it. Like I don't want you to leave, but if you are going to leave right now, like to go do this, go and leave and do this, because this is the key for you to get to that next level. You have to do this. And guess what? It might take you a month or 6 weeks to start building those relationships, also talking to people. And remember, you've got to think about what is worth their time. If you're saying, I would love to grab a virtual coffee with you, is that enough if they're busy and they just made, they got $4 million in investment or 16 million? You've got to remember what's going to be the hook for that conversation. What can you provide them? So that goes back to your skills portfolio. Can you show them your body of work for them to jump on the call with you? Can you explain to them why you need to talk to them? If they're a startup or if they're an influencer, my go-to is I ask them, how much is it to talk to them for 7 minutes? Or I offer, will they accept $300 for 7 minutes of their time? I've never had someone turn me down yet. And of course, you got to be ready. By the way, don't offer $300. And if you can't give them $300, don't do the bait and switch. But think about how much their time is worth and try to compensate them for them to then get to the next level. Okay. So that's really important. So as we go through this, we've given out TechCrunch. We've talked about Prelude, all of these different things. If you're looking for different organizations or different ways to find ones that have just had a lot of funding and you want to work with them, there you go. And again, now 10K might be feasible for our consulting clients. When we do a half a day with working with startups, we charge $6,500 for 4.5 hours. And then we have one additional session that is async that we follow up with them in 2 weeks. Okay. 6,500. Some people I know go more than that. Some people go low. That's over 3 years. That's our prices now, right? It's very possible, whatever you want to do. And depending on what you're offering. Now, Erica was talking about, hey, she can offer automation or different types of services. Depending on what you're going to offer, you can charge a different amount. Eric's in the chat, Flywheel Studio. We love them. We always talk about their templates in our Flutterflow beginners guide and course that we're going to be talking about later on. We always talk about them. Agencies, you can charge different amounts depending on what you're trying to do, right? And also too, if you are trying to figure out how much money can you make from no code, we have the 2023 no code industry report dropping the beginning of next year, but the 2022 no code industry survey breaks down how much people are making and with what courses, if they're doing automation, all those things, you can see that as well. Okay, so we've got that. Look at this. Okay, Eric's saying in the chat, we charge 15K starting with no code app builds. 15K starting, right? So that means it's going up depending on what you're going to be offering, right? So those are the things. And, correct me if I'm wrong. Now they're also, they're having templates that they sell as well. So Flywheel Studio is doing a wonderful job with all these things with no code. I'm going to be dropping in the chat. If you're trying to scale up your business with no code tools, make sure you reach out to Eric. He's awesome. Okay. So it's not, just share. Yeah, exactly. Just to share a number. Thank you very much. No, but that's great. It's to show people that it's possible. I appreciate that. Thank you, Eric. Okay. So we've got that. All right. So we talked about where we need to start. Okay. So let's talk about 5 platforms to monetize your skill. And remember, if you have more questions in the chat, what you're trying to do, either creating a no-code application, a no-code community where you're supporting other no-coders, let us know in the chat. So let's talk about a couple different platforms to monetize your skills. Okay. So let's go through a few. Number 1, Blab, Book Like a Boss. We'll talk about that. I know it's dear to Erica's heart as well. Heartbeat, Gumroad, Podia, and DoorDash. Now, we're looking at this, monetizing your skills. If you have a license and you have a car or a bike, you could do something with DoorDash. That's the easiest one right there. And if depending on how fast you need to make money. Podia, if you already have people interested in whatever you want to create, you can release your own digital products and courses using Podia. So they're awesome too. Gumroad, I have my feelings about Gumroad, but it also allows you to have a marketplace. So you could have your different products, services, really digital products if you're going to be selling on Gumroad, right? And so I love where they talk about go from 0 to 1. I really think if you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know to get like a payment processor, you struggle with having a website, I think Gumroad's a great idea to get started. The thing that I don't like about Gumroad is when you're expanding, it's a flat 10% fee. So once you really start making sales, 10% might not be a lot when you're not making a lot, but when you start hitting those numbers, you start making $250,000 a month, and they're taking 10%, a lot of people left Gumroad for these things. So, but I think 0 to 1, I think Gumroad's great. Okay. Book Like a Boss, Blab, I think it's great because it also allows you to have services. So if you're going to do one-on-one consulting, you can use Book Like a Boss. You can also do group coaching sessions. You can do so much with Book Like a Boss, and it integrates with Zoom. This makes my life so much easier. We just love it. So before we go on, what kind of platforms do you like, Erica?
You already know I love Book Like a Boss, and it does so much more than just that. If you want courses on there, you can put them on there.
What else? What do you think? Do you like Heartbeat or do you like another community?
I like Heartbeat, but I have Better Mode.
Better Mode?
Yes, but when I started to build my platform, I'm using Hey Summit.
Oh, okay. So you're using all kinds of stuff. Put that in the chat. I don't know which one's here. I'm new here. Okay. How am I saying this? Decal? Am I saying it right? If I'm butchering it, I apologize. But thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being here. And ask any questions. I'm glad that you're here today. Okay, we've got that. Blab. What else you got? What other tools you like?
Oh, so there's OneStream Live. With Book Like a Boss, you don't have to only use Zoom. You can pick whatever video platform you want. Let's see. Missing Letter. Love Missing Letter. Soundwise and Content Fries.
Okay, cool. I love it. If you want to hear more about these things, Erica's awesome about this. So make sure you contact her, and she's going to make sure that she's just awesome. She's always telling me about great tools. So this is good. This is also the one, if you want to take a look, this is also what you get when you download it. You'll see all of our top tools that we use, but also how we use the tech stack. So a lot of people will be like, wait, you're just promoting it for affiliate links. Well, not really. We actually break down all the ways and all the videos how we run our business using all these tools too. So it's just not a cash grab of like, hey, he's promoting all these tools he doesn't use. We don't put any on this list if we don't actually believe in it. And if things change over time and we don't believe in it, you'll see me talk about why we pivoted or don't use that tool anymore. So very, very transparent about that. Okay. So we've gone through this. We've gone to what we need to do when we get started. Now here's the $1 million really validation of your side hustle. And we're going to go through this process, and we're going to talk about this with Erica as well. But I think this is going to help a lot of people. Okay. So this is what we're going to do to validate your side hustle. Okay. So first you need to ask yourself, and again, you can download all of this for free with the link in the description, but it says, do people need your product or service? If you're not sure, you need to get more input from others. If you don't know if people are interested in your side hustle, don't just pursue it. Ask people. If they're not really excited and they're just like, you tell them, hey, I'm going to create a on-demand car washing services for luxury cars. So ones that are in, affluent areas, they don't want to go to the car wash. They want it on demand. They can have a subscription to my on-demand car washing service. Okay. Now you might also say like, hey, you're asking your friends, they're like, I don't really care about that. Well, they also don't have a Porsche maybe, right? So if you're saying luxury, think about where they are. Think about your target audience. Talk to people that would be your target audience that might want your services. Next up, if you say yes, people might want your products and services, the next question that you have to ask yourself is, does it already exist? This is important because you might say, well, I want to create Uber. I want to create Etsy. Great. But does it already exist, right? If it does exist, or a marketplace that does X, are you going to make it better, or can you make it different? You might not be able to make it better, or you might say I'm creating a marketplace only for Beanie Babies, or only for what do they call that? What do they call the bronies? What is it? My Little Ponies. There we go. If it's only for My Little Ponies, okay, there you could go with that, right? But think about how you're going to be different. If you just say, I'm going to create the next eBay, either it's got to be better than eBay, it's got to be more efficient, there's got to be some reason, or it's just got to be different. Okay. So if you can find something, a product or service that you can make different or make better, now you can continue. The next question that you need to ask yourself is, will people want it? If you're not sure, you need to get more feedback. If you say, yes, they do want it, okay, the next question you need to ask yourself is, do I want to do it, right? You might say, hey, I can create this marketplace for Beanie Babies, but you know what? I hate Beanie Babies. I hate all of that, right? So why would you do it? Now you can say right here, it says not sure. How easy is it for you to do it? Now, if you already have all the connections to all the Beanie Baby merchants, and you're like, I don't really care, but I can make a ton of money by organizing people, and it's almost, I could do this in my sleep. Okay, there's something to pursue. But if you're like, I need to learn a new skill, or I'm not really passionate about it, you need to pivot and find something else, because I'm all about making money, but this is going to take some time and energy. And if you're not passionate or be able to do this in your sleep, you're going to hit roadblocks very quickly. Okay. The next portion is, do I want to do this? You say, yes. Awesome. Get to work and go for the ask. Now, what is the ask? Ask people to pay you, right? So if you're saying, hey, I'm going to release this marketplace, I'm going to do all these things, and you're like, well, I got to build it first. No. You can pre-order that mess. Go and see if people are going to pay it. Put their money where their mouth is. Because tons of people, you go through this whole process. You're like, I can create this community. There's a community that loves X. I'm going to make so much money off of this. And people are like, yeah, just wait until it releases. I'm going to come back and pay you for it. Guess what? You do all of that work and you come back to them. Oh, you know what? I don't have the money right now. Or, that's really great, but they're making excuses. Because guess what? If you look down at what phone they're using, somehow they have the newest iPhone. Somehow they're paying for Netflix, Amazon. Look, people will find the money to do what they want to do. So you need to go ahead and ask. And so this is a really hard situation because it's difficult. And guess what? Sometimes you might get rejected, or some people might say no. But this is going to save you so much time if you take the time to ask people, hey, my product and service, this is what it contains. Will you pay for it? And if they say yes, I don't care if it's a Cash App link, it's something from Venmo, if it's PayPal, send them to see if they're actually going to pay you. And just make it a pre-order. Even if it's $50, 50% off of what you're going to charge, see if people are willing to pay you. If they're not, guess what? You got to go back to square one and really start working on this side hustle to see if this is viable. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Erica, does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay. Is it easy to get rejected, Erica?
Yeah.
You say that. Okay. Do you remember the first time you tried to do a product or service online and someone said no? Do you remember how you felt?
Yeah, but no isn't the problem. No means you don't have to do anything. It's yes. And then can you follow through with everything you said you could do, everything you said you would do? So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. And by the way, at the price point that works for you, not making it so cheap that now you're spending 4 times the amount of effort for what you put out there. It has to match how much time and energy you have.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, in the comment section down below, I'm going to put the link again. If you want to download this, you can. I have way too many links on this page, Erica, so I got to go find this again. But if you want to see turning your skills into a side profit, into a profit, let me bring this up again on the screen. I'm going to drop the link down below. Okay. So we have that. Okay. The last part that we're going to be going into. Oh, by the way, this also comes with the 50 plus high profit side hustles. So if you're looking at what you could be selling, templates, courses, micro SaaS, examples of how much people are making, breakdowns of all the things, take a look. That all comes for free when you download that guide. So let's take a look. Write down your notes, what you need to do. The next portion that we're going to look at is Clarity, the 10-day planner. Okay. So a lot of people, like you said, you'll go and say, hey, I know where I can find my client. For you, Erica, I wouldn't even do this necessarily. I would, for you, your goal for by the end of day tomorrow is to log into the account for preload, download a list. That's the next day. And by Monday, outreach to 15 companies. That's your goal. Like, there's no reason to do all these other things, right? Because you already know where your target audience is. This you'll be able to do this in a second. You need to find the clients that are willing or able. Ramit Sethi says, does your clients have the willingness and the ability to pay you? The willingness and ability. Tons of people are willing and they're like, yes, I want this service. Very few have the ability to pay what you need. So make sure that you get that down for your business. So remember, that's your goal, Erica. Everyone sees it. You're live, so everyone's going to know. Let us know in the chat on Monday. Come back. Let us know what happens. But you've got all these people on Twitter, on everywhere watching you. So no pressure, okay? Okay. So let's go through this Clarity 10-day plan. So say, for instance, you might say, well, I don't know what to do. I need a step-by-step, doc. Like, what are we going to do? Okay. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what we do for all of our clients. This is what we did for ourselves, okay? So, number one, what is the one goal for the next 10 days you want? What product or service do you want to sell? You have to write that down. That's just day one. Don't try to do anything else. That's just day one. Day two is record an introduction of yourself and your product or service. The video should be 3 to 5 minutes, but don't overthink it. If it's 90 seconds, it's no big deal. Breathe and press record, then set it aside. We'll be using this later, right? And this is important because if I'm going to be going to people on LinkedIn to stand out, and let me know how you feel about this, Erica, but I'm all about video messages. I use things like Dub, and I just leave video messages when I was trying to get clients. What do you think about that?
I liked it when I received it, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay. See, we already hear it in the chat. We need you to start doing this. We need you to start doing. You're one of the most talented people I know. We just need to execute, right? We just need to execute. So Dub is what I use. You can use whatever. There's like Bonjoro, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay. So you're going to record an introduction of yourself. I'll just say like, hey, hello, my name is Doc Williams. I'm a brand advisor or a business operations advisor, and I love to help startups and mid-sized businesses with their operations. If you've ever been in a position where your business just grinds to a halt when someone is out and there's no operations or SOPs in place, that's where we come in and build out all your standard operating procedures. Might now not sound like the sexiest thing, but without SOPs, if someone is out of your business or is God forbid, in a coma or something happens to them, you need your business to be able to not just survive, but thrive. And that's what we do with automation and with our SOPs. If you're interested, there's going to be a link down below and you can book a call with me, right? You can create videos like that. Now, I'm talking about who I am. I'm talking about what I do. And then I give a story to give them a narrative of why they need me, right? If I just say, hey, you know what? I do social media. Wouldn't you like TikTok or, different reels? Wouldn't that be nice for your business? But I don't tie it to why that's important to your business. They might be like, thanks for the video, but no thanks. I could say, hey, you know what? Hey, I work with different lawyers. I work with different practices. And did you know that there is a 800% increase of leads when you have short form content? Now, you might be focused on, helping people with law, and maybe you just have secretaries or ones that aren't familiar with social media. With us, we offer two different things. Either we do a done for you service where we make Instagram reels and all of those things for your brand, or we teach your team to do it themselves, and you can join a boot camp, right? So I'm offering two different things, and I'm showing them why this is important. I'm giving them a stat of the increase of what that will do for their practice, but it's the same exact kind of format. And you just go with that. Now, you might say easier said than that. You do live stream. You got to practice. Turn on the camera. We can put it in the chat, but I keep all of my live streams, and you can see what it used to look like. It was terrible. But guess what? You got to start. Thank you so much, Erica, for staying with me during those troubling days. But you can find it on this channel.
Those shows were great.
You like those shows? Man, those shows were rough. I was in my kitchen. So the next one that we look at, email friends, family, and colleagues about your project. Write down 5 to 12 people and why each person on your list needs this help. Go out and try to sell your solution to this small beta group. So say, for instance, Erica, you've already been working on this. So that's why I'm like, start going on Prelude. You need to start reaching out to people now, ASAP. But if you are doing this for the first time and you're like, well, I don't want to go out to these businesses because I don't know, I don't have a follow-up. I don't know if it's going to be successful. Find family or friends. And even if they might not be your target audience, make sure that they understand, or there's two ways to do it. People that are in the know of the industry that you're going after, they can understand a little bit better and they can grasp it, and they might ask you follow-up questions. This is also like the young kid or grandma test as well. Send it to your grandma and see if they understand what you're saying, right? So if your grandma is like, oh, I understand this, you understand, it's pretty simple, right? Because if you're talking about AI or things like that, think about how simplistic you're going to have to make it if someone doesn't know what AI is, right? It goes for any product or service that you're doing, graphic design, all those things. Think about how you can reach out to your network and talk to them. Let's zoom in just a little bit more, right? This is your outreach. You see how it's not a long email? Because this should be short enough that you can send a text message as well. So it's like, hey, Erica, how are you doing? I've been working on my brand new brand, DIY Media Makers, and I thought of you because I know you do a lot of live streaming. This program is designed to help you solve, and I'm going to say designed for you to turn your skills into profit. If that's something you're interested in, let me know, right? So it's a plug and play of, you've got to make it personal. If you're just like, hey there, here's my link, this is what I do, it's you're going to fall flat, because people are like, this is a copy and paste. You sent this to like 1,000 people, but people love flattery. So if you're saying, hey, Ben, how you've been? I've been working on X and I thought of you because, people love to be thought of. If you're saying, hey, I'm working on social media management, I thought of you because you're a dentist and you don't have a Facebook page, you don't have an Instagram page, so I thought of you. That shows that you did a little bit more work above and beyond than just saying, hey, are you interested in social media management? They're like, no, I don't care. I just flattered them. They're going to read the next line. They're going to say, go on. I don't have a Facebook page, or I don't have this, right? And then you go for the kill. Copy and paste. You can use this. I'll put this in the chat if you don't want to download this yourself. This is how we make most of our sales. This line right here, because it's short enough. And when people hit you up with these long messages on LinkedIn, Nobody's reading that. Okay. So those things will help you do those things. Okay. So we have that. That's step number 3. Set up a payment, PayPal, Zelle, Stripe, it doesn't matter. And when people say yes, get ready to test out pricing in orders. Send them the payment link. That might seem a little aggressive, but that allows you to see if they're like, oh, I would love to hear about that. And you're like, hey, yeah, this is what the service is. It's $135 a month. If they say, great, I'm going to pay you this afternoon, or they might say, whoa, $135 a month. Listen to why they're objecting. Is it, I don't have the money, or what am I getting for $135 a month? Now, this allows you to build out the features of what you're going to deliver. Just like Erica said, depends on you delivering on what you're doing. You have to figure that out in this process. Then number 5, evaluate responses from outreach to family and friends and craft your message. I'm going to stop there because the rest are going to be found later on. But Thomas is saying, oh, I love it. I love it. Says, thanks, Doc and Erica. Good vibes. Thanks, man. Thanks so much for being here. Love it. We'll stop there for a moment. Erica, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
I have quick time. I can make a video. I just need to do it.
There we go. Okay. So we're gonna really make this happen. We're gonna check in on you and make sure that this gets done. I was talking about this to Erica, and this is a real thing. We do have a brand new channel. This one's going to be a little bit different, right? You might be watching on Doc Williams, the YouTube channel, or you might be watching on Twitter or on Twitch or on LinkedIn. We have a brand new channel where we're going to be talking about everything to do with creating content to sell your skills. So it's a little bit different. That's why we made a brand new channel. If you are interested in that, like and subscribe. That's going to be, we just launched it 2 weeks ago, but we're going to be deep diving in setting up your set. If you're recording courses, if you're recording video, it's going to be more of that side. This channel, if you're watching on Doc Williams, it's still going to be about apps and creating micro SaaS and things like that. But for simplicity, we broke out and made a new channel. So that's what we got. Okay, Erica, let's go through this final section of what we got. And then if you have any questions or need anything from the audience, please let us know, okay? I've got way too many things going on in my Notion, so bear with me. I've got way too many things. Okay, turning your skills into profit. Okay, so we went through that. Okay, this is the last part, and this is what we were talking about. Start documenting your story. No matter if you're selling a course, if you're selling a digital download, you have to start telling your story because people start resonating with you. So this will allow you to start building out your top of funnel, like people knowing about you, downloading free stuff, or just knowing who you are on social media. So this is what I would choose for you to choose one: a weekly live stream, creating a podcast, or a vlog, a day in the life. Now, I'm just going to tell you, a lot of people, I wouldn't choose a day in the life because that's a lot of editing, and it's very hard to do. Honestly, it's very hard to do. I would go with live streaming or creating a podcast. What you're watching right now, we're doing a live stream. This is almost 60 minutes. We can make probably 19 clips out of this, different things that we were talking about, what people have said in the audience, and that allows you to now scale out. For you, Erica, what do you think about repurposing a live stream, a podcast? What do you prefer?
I'm a big fan of repurposing. But I gotta tell you the truth. I've gotten burned out on the weekly live stream. So what I've been doing now is repurposing the weekly mastermind and peer group and the monthly masterclass.
Okay, so that works. That works. Okay, tell me about the monthly masterclass. What's going on with that?
So we get a speaker that has something to do with the business side of virtual events, and we talk to our members about how they can further their business.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And is that more like, I liked how you said, so you were doing weekly live streams, it was burning you out. Then you switched to this. How do you feel with the new format? Is it more sustainable for you?
I can do it, but I would like to be paid for it.
I'm all right with that. So how would
So
you get paid for that? I cut you off.
I
I
I
cut you
need
off. What
to
were you going to say? I apologize.
no worries. I need to reach out to affiliates, sponsors, and partners.
There we go. Okay. So if I was looking at this is what I do. Because you can repurpose because you've done so much content. So I don't even think you really need to go live that often right now. You probably have so much in the tank. You could repurpose off of your platform or what you did with OneStream Live. For your time and energy, you got to focus on Prelude and focus on just getting the leads. I like that you could make some money from the live streams and sponsorship, but if we're going for the 10K number and we're going for like a 3-month process, we got to focus. We got to focus. You've got so much more content out there. So it's now just connecting with the right people. Does that make sense?
Yes. So when I made my calendar in October, I wanted to do a seasonal live stream. But now I'm thinking with my tech stack, I could do an interview with, let's say, Book Like a Boss. I can do a 3-day challenge. I can do a webinar. I can do a 3-day live event, and then maybe a cohort all under that affiliate because I use them. I know how to use them. And maybe that could be something. And that could also add to my resume of what I can do for SaaS companies.
Okay. Who are you planning to reach out to?
Book Like a Boss. I've worked with OneStream, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's see, Missing Letter, Hey Summit, AirMeet.
Are you doing that for a certain amount that you plan on getting back after doing it, or just tell me more about that?
So I thought I could do one just to try it. So when I have this written out, it's like first one's free.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the interview, that's free. But when it comes to the 3-day challenge, to general entry is free. And to be on the VIP side, let's say we meet up in Zoom, that would be like $97. And if you want to go to the next level, which would be the webinar, that would be $297. It would just build up from there.
Okay. I like that. So we have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I like seeing. Okay. Remember, by Monday, you got to reach out to 15. So as long as that's done and 15 is going to be the number, then we'll go from there. This sounds good. This is a good start. Okay. Erica, to get started for 2024, is there anything else that you would like us to show the audience that you need help with, that you would like to connect with as well? What do you need?
I guess I just need to figure out how to make what I'm already doing profitable. But more I talk to you, it just seems like I need follow through. So if I follow through, I could most likely make a profit.
There we go. And listen, I think you're right. In a lot of people, it's the follow through. A lot of people feel anxiety, or they just overthink it, or they feel paralyzed, and they just don't take those smaller steps. It's maybe they think about like 20 steps ahead, but making those baby steps, it's the way to go. They say about this, like exercising. A lot of times when people are like, well, I need to lose a certain amount of weight, a lot of trainers will do baby steps, such as, you know what? In the next week, just get a membership to the gym. The next week, just walk into the gym. Next week or 2 days later, pick out equipment that you want to be on, like a treadmill or a bike. Just stand on the treadmill. Go home after that. The next time, then start the machine, right? So a lot of times when you're making an online business or doing something where you're turning your skills into profit, it's those smaller steps and just being purposeful and being consistent. And by the way, we're about to hit 30,000 on this channel, which is crazy. But when we started in the beginning of pandemic, there was nothing on this channel, and we found each other. Erica, Nyota, shout out to Nyota if she's watching or if she's in a different time zone. Tons of us found each other by using AppSumo, and then one thing led to another. For you and your audience, how you can provide value, consistency is key. Even if you're the most skilled person, if you don't have follow through and have consistency there, if you don't have a consistency on creating content, you're missing out. So baby steps, making sure you do this. And that's why we're going to be talking about it all on DIY Media Makers, of making that content, creating a skills portfolio and testing your ideas. Again, we're about profitable ventures only. If you want to tinker or make it a hobby, that's fine. But the channel is meant for you to turn your skills into a profit. And so we have a brand new thing called a Crap app. Some have heard like CRUD, but Crap app allows you to focus on creating a certain app. Well, it's basically, it's a play on CRUD app, but it's create, read, actions, and then the P is profit, teaching people how to make a profitable Crap app. So that's going to be coming up in our next Flutterflow video coming up. Yo, dude, you're working hard. I like your spirit. I appreciate you. We're trying out here. We're trying. And so at the end of the year, a lot of people are slowing down. For the next couple of days until the new year, you're going to be seeing tons of videos dropped on this channel, on DIY Media Makers channel. If you're interested, make sure that you like and subscribe. We answer all of your questions, all of those things. And if you're interested in what Erica can do for your business with automation, with also live streaming, all of those things, make sure you reach out to Erica. Erica, where can the good people find you at?
LinkedIn. That's my favorite social hangout spot.
There we go. Erica Bates, thank you so much for being here. And if people have questions, either in the chat right now, or if you're watching replay, let us know. We answer every single question. So again, everyone, we'll see you later and continue to work on your brand new side hustle, profitable side hustle for 2024. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.